Hi, sports fans, goat herders, and camel shaggers. It's June 1st, 2018. Welcome to the man cave. Absolutely beautiful day today. The snow is finally gone. Should hope so. It's June. It's going up to 30 today, so this should take out about 50% of the population here on retirement Miramichi. So I've told a number of people over the years that there's three things that will kill you in retirement, and this is year 6, and I think we're getting closer. Number 1 is boredom, number 2 is alcohol, and number 3 is gambling. I've cut back seriously on my drinking. I've never gambled because I know enough about statistics to know that you're only giving money to the government. And as far as boredom goes, I can't beat that one. I am in big trouble. So this is also what happens when seniors have too much time on their hands, a valid card to buy products on the internet, and have Amazon deliver it to your door on a regular basis. So this year I decided that I'm going to really get aggressively into the ugly gourd and pumpkin growing business. So this is going to be a two-part video. One we're filming today on June the 1st. The second one I will stitch together into part 2, and that will be done in September, and you can see the end result of what happened. Bear with me, I will try to make this interesting. So this past winter we had 450 centimeters of snow. In non-metric terms, I believe that's about 37 feet. We had a dead polar bear blocking the front door one morning. We couldn't get out of the house. Anyway, it's all melted. But over the winter, I decided to aggressively find a large selection of suppliers that sell ugly gourds and giant pumpkins. Some of them I had kept from growing over the last couple of years, but this year I'm all in. I've got, I believe it's either 12 or 13 different types of pumpkins and gourds. So I made an appointment 2 weeks ago to go meet the New Brunswick Minister of Agriculture, Mines, and Rural Affairs. Guy's name is Serge Roussel. He lives up in Caracat, which is north of here, up in the Acadian Peninsula. He's never been on a farm in his life. He had no idea what a mine was, and as far as rural affairs go, I really don't care what the neighbors do with their wives on a regular basis. So let's take a look at what I've got. I ordered all the catalogs. Some of them are online only. This West Coast Seeds, they had some really nice stuff. So I ordered a couple from them. They're out of Delta, BC. I ordered some from good old Stokes in St. Catharines, Ontario. They're always reliable for a couple items. But the best one was this outfit called Seed Savers. These are all non-GMO products. No Monsanto products anywhere in the house. And they had upwards of 115 pages of every fruit and vegetable you could possibly imagine. And it came out of Decorah, Iowa. That's what where the company is. And I also got some from an outfit called Seed Man, which is down in Missouri. If you look around, there's lots of suppliers for ugly gourds and seeds. So let's take a look at what I'm going to plant, and then I'll show you where I'm going to plant them. I'm starting off at one end. I'm going to be planting what I call Marlowe Street pumpkins. Marlowe Street is where the daughter lives in Montreal, Marlowe Avenue actually, and down at the bottom of the street there's a pub. So last Thanksgiving, when we were up to visit and harass everybody, we walked past the pub and they had a whole bunch of giant pumpkins out the front with a sign that says, "Do not touch except for Bob, please take some seeds." So I did. So these are going to be about 80 to 90 pound pumpkins. I'm also going to plant, for the first time ever, these are commercial seeds, white pumpkins. Great, why not have some white ones? They're called Illumina. So we'll plant both of those type in the same big mound. So then we get into the gourds. This is from an outfit called Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, and it's a Spanish pumpkin, and it's green and it's ugly and it's covered with warts. It says that you'll get 12 to 15 pound pumpkins out of this, suitable for baking. Yeah, right, that'll be the day. Then right beside it, I'm going to plant some red warty pumpkins, same supplier, and these are 10 to 12 pound pumpkins, so they should be very interesting. You notice the theme is starting to show up here of all warts. The next one beside it, these are brand new. They're finally come into North America, and they are called squash gallodolines. Dolines, I have no idea where Dolines is. Maybe it's something where you owe money on a lien. Anyway, look at that. Those are ugly, ugly looking pumpkins. They should be lovely. So then for a little fun, I thought we'd get into some squash. This is called Boston Marrow, again from Baker Creek. And these squashes, I'm just trying to read the back of the package here, very dry, fine grained, brand new, 22 pounds. Lovely. Can't wait. Okay. And then look at this. I can hardly wait to see what these little buggers look like. Look at the size of them. If they'll grow that big, these will be fabulous. I can carve them out and I can go canoeing in the Miramichi River and catch some of the elusive salmon. Moving right along, I found a supplier. This is the Seed Man, they're called. And they're out of Van Cleve, Missouri. Giant African wine kettle. Only 3 seeds. They were $6 for 3 seeds. This will grow 60-pound giant kettle-shaped gourds. Lovely. These are called full moon pumpkins. I have no idea what they are. They were just a bonus that came with them. They were giving them away. So who knows what I'm going to get out of this. And the last one I got from that outfit is called Large Kentucky Bushel Gourd. 5 seeds, $10. Big leap of faith. By Jesus, they better be big. They should be killers. Moving right along, can't go wrong planting ugly gourds called Goonies. Love the name. This one I'll get probably 10 to 15 off of each vine. They're about the size of a softball, and they're covered with warts, and they're all sorts of different shapes and sizes. This one, planted right beside it, is called Lunch Lady Gourd. I've grown these myself for the last 2 years, so these are seeds left over from last year's crop. They will produce 10 to 12 pound gourds, perfect for throwing into the woods behind our house. The next one up will be these things called Ugly Gourds winglets, all sorts of different shapes and sizes, be all sorts of interesting ones. These are fun for Halloween. And normally what I'll do is I'll take these down and give them to some friends at NBCC, the community college here in town. And they have a pumpkin fling where they have this giant hydraulic vault that fires pumpkins out into the Miramichi River trying to hit a boat moored off channel. So we saved the best to the last. For the last couple of years, we've gone up to Negawac to the New Brunswick Pumpkin and Gourd Festival. And I've always entered some ugly gourds just for laughs to see, put them in just as a not to win, but just to show what I've grown type thing. 2 years ago, Kathy won honorable mention, and her name was written up in the brochure and on the radio, on the French language radio station up there. And she was really upset and said, "Don't ever do that again. Don't use my name for your stupid hobbies." So this year, I'll put it in my own. Anyway, the lady who won the New Brunswick Pumpkin and Gourd Festival for the last 3 years lives in Fredericton. That's about 150 kilometers away from here. She's a retired UNB professor from the statistics department. And you think I'm bored? Boy, this poor woman, she's really bored, because this is what she does for a hobby, is raises and grows giant pumpkins, and they take them all over the Maritimes. Last year, she won $4,500 Canadian growing these ugly pumpkins, and she says it pays for all of her hobbies. Her husband says it paid for his alcohol, so I thought, that's a win-win scenario. Anyway, I asked nicely if I could have some seeds from their winning pumpkins. Normally, the big pumpkin growers, they don't give them away because they have no idea where they're going to go, and so they just hoard them back and forth and give them only to select people. So I shot a YouTube video and I gave it to her, and she's got it up on her home video page. You can go find it if you want. And I also gave them a really nice bird's eye maple cutting board, so she was really impressed with that. So she gave me a bunch of seeds for this year, and the numbers on them are 947 Tingley, 11:17 tingly, 12:20 tingly, 14:47 tingly, 12:20 tingly, and another one of 14:47 tingly. Those are the weights in pounds of the pumpkins that those seeds grew. So it should be interesting. So let's go out back and I'll show you where everything is going to be planted on Sunday, June the 3rd. I can't wait any longer because even though we got another couple nights of frost coming up, I can't wait because some of these have got a 115-day growing period and I want to make sure that they finish off. So the camera's going to be a little shaky as we walk into the backyard and you'll go see where the production fields are. You ready? Here we go. I will talk as we go. So we go into the backyard and we walk past the pond, which still doesn't have any plants or flowers into it yet. I've got my hop vine looking real good. I had to put a sign up to keep people from peeing in the pond because I have little frogs living in it already. That's a 400-gallon pump per hour and it's just having a wonderful time. We have the old door from Oman, which is a country south of the United Arab Emirates, and that was originally a coffee table when we lived over there. We had a big glass top on top of it. It's now outside permanently and it grows hop vines. I found this door down in the basement. This is a gift from a former MBA student. He was from Saudi Arabia and he made a comment to Kathy that his father owned a camel farm outside of Jeddah where he raised hundreds of camels the same way you'd raise cows and horses and whatever, and that they used to take these doors and were on date barns, and you can see the door handle down at the bottom. He says they used to burn these things when they would build new barns, so he gave her this door so it now has a prominent place beside the pond, my sanctuary. So we go out to the back and you'll see where I'm going. There's the fire pit where we come out at night and drink good 15-year-old Guyana rum. Just lovely. We have our firewood supply, of course. And here in the back is where all of the pumpkins and gourds are going to go. This year in the back I planted a large collection of miniature yellow orchids. You can see that they are everywhere in the fields behind the house. Behind us is a giant pond which is filled full of Canada geese. Shoot those buggers because they come and crap everywhere. So I've got one big pit over here where the giant pumpkins are going to go. And then we go along here and I've got this burrow that I have made out of 120 bags of topsoil and dirt and compost. This is the area where the large squash and small pumpkins are going to go, and the Marlowe pumpkins and the white pumpkins are going to be going down to the end. Every 4 feet, 2 meters, whatever type thing, I'm going to plant a giant dahlia bulb, so that will mark where the actual seeds are going, and it'll also have some nice flowers which will add some color to the garden, providing everything comes up okay. I want to plant the seeds on the other side of this windrow so they grow out into the field rather than grow back over towards the house and plug up the walkway which is behind all of the houses. As you can see in the backyard, it's looking pretty ugly. The blue pots, we're going to plant 5 different types of tomatoes in there, and by the end of August we will be giving away tomatoes at the side of the highway to anybody who wants them. There you go. So there is part 1 of the video. This one is titled Ugly Gourds Part 1. The next one in September will be Ugly Gourds Part 2, and I will put it up on YouTube and face the wrath of whatever individuals make in the line of comments. Have a good summer. Talk to you in September. Bye.